After nearly a week of water outages in the Wayland community, Southern Water District representatives say connections have been restored. But with only temporary solutions in place, they do expect to see more issues down the line. Water District Manager Randy Conley says it all started with a power outage in Maytown that impacted the pumping of water into the area. But once the flow was restored, a recently installed line that runs from Lackey to Wayland created too much pressure for the smaller lines to sustain. So the town became a water sprinkler. Dealing with incorrect maps, temporary connections were placed to reconnect the areas. He says it has been a lot of patching and guessing to get the water back through Wayland.
It's just impossible to find which line is feeding which area that's got the blowout on it, and we just kept isolating, kept working, and we tried to get them back as quick as we could. But, you know, with that being said, there's still going to be issues in Wayland until we get it all relayed, redone.
District representatives say crews are working as hard as they can to get things done, but it really just comes down to a matter of funding, hoping for patience as they work to keep the water flowing. In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Officials told us this afternoon the only area that was still experiencing major issues was Mill Creek Road, where a new pump was being placed to help with the pressure. See more about the continued concerns about the water in that area coming up tonight at 6. The Remote Area Medical Group is coming to Hazard tomorrow to provide free health, dental, and vision care to people in the community. People can come to East Perry Elementary School with no ID or insurance to receive the help that they need. Officials with RAM want folks to know that they have a trained staff that's ready to serve.
Usually most people will come for dental. We do offer multiple services. So dental will be cleanings, fillings, and extractions. We'll have medical, which is general health and women's health. And then we will have vision, which are exams and glasses made on site. So our parking lot will open at 12. It's first come, first serve. They should be prepared to stay overnight. So bring snacks, blankets, whatever you need. It's a 2-day clinic, and we will see you at 6.
The clinic is expected to have medical volunteers from Pikeville, the UK College of Dentistry, and other areas to assist during this 2-day clinic.
Only some scattered clouds across the area today. What a beautiful day. Buffalo Mountain looking out over everywhere here. Oof, so nice. 70s. Low humidity and lots of sun. Our hazard camera looks about the same. Again, sunshine prevailing, the humidity down, not a lot of breeze, comfortable temperatures. So many areas in the mid and upper 70s right now. Just about everyone stepping outside, enjoying such a perfect afternoon. Low 70s here in the Wise area. A little warmer Harlan, Middlesboro, Jacksboro, Somerset. Those are some of the spots that are right around 80 or into the low 80s. Satellite shows, again, what you just saw on all the cameras. Just a few of those little fair weather puffy clouds popping up in the afternoon heating, but because of the dry air and lack of energy up aloft, we aren't seeing even any instability showers. And notice the high pressure. It has us dry right on through into the Central Plains, so our weather will stay very quiet. You have to head way back to the west into Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa to find any rain. Well, that system eventually gets here later on into Sunday, bringing back some rain chances. So tonight we settle out of the 70s through the 60s into the evening with some upper 50s as we look towards tomorrow morning, Steve. Full 7-day forecast coming up. We'll talk about the rest of the weekend and when some rain chances start to creep back in, along with a little bit of heat.
Mace, thank you. The U.S. labor market once again defies expectations. A new report shows employers ramped up hiring last month. CBS's Bradley Blackburn has a look inside the numbers.
The healthcare industry led the way in the latest jobs report, adding 68,000 employees in May. Restaurants and other businesses in the leisure and hospitality industry brought on 42,000 positions. And the professional, scientific, and tech industries grew by 32,000 jobs. In all, the economy added 272,000 workers last month, a much bigger increase than expected and up more than 100,000 from the previous month. The unemployment rate pretty much held steady at 4%. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
It does appear that the U.S. economy is doing very well. Job creation was broad-based across a number of sectors.
The report also showed workers' wages increased 4.1%, which was better than expected. And when people make more, they tend to spend more. Americans' willingness to spend and a strong labor market is fueling the economy, but also keeping inflation high. The Federal Reserve boosted interest rates in an attempt to lower inflation. The latest job data could force them to keep rates high longer.
Not that they're rooting for the labor market to fall apart, but they want to see job creation slow down. Their belief is that if wages come down slowly, people won't spend as much. And if people are not spending as much, then perhaps we will see the inflation rate also come down.
The Fed will get a clearer picture of where things stand next week when the government releases new inflation numbers. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Earlier this week, Kentucky State Police Trooper Laney Kalin, also known as Cato Hall, died. Now the Caleb Conley Foundation is helping to share his story and preserve his memory. Hall was a law enforcement veteran, retiring from KSP Post 12, working for the Jessamine County Sheriff's Office, and then returning to the KSP for a stint at Post 7. The news of his sudden death sent shockwaves through the tight-knit law enforcement community in central Kentucky. Officials from departments from all across the area gathered for Hall's procession to pay their respects.
Public safety is one big family, and it was really, really cool to see everyone come together just like they did for Caleb and just like they did for Chasten McWhorter. And it was really cool to see everybody come together, support his wife, and give their respects to Cato.
The Caleb Conley Foundation is raising money for the trooper's family by selling Cato Hall memorial bracelets. They were available online for $10 on the Caleb Conley Foundation's website, but they are already sold out. The website says they've ordered more and are asking the public to be patient. Louisville police just released an abundance of evidence from last month's arrest of golfer Scotty Scheffler. Now that the Jefferson County attorney has released this video, it includes hours of video from body cams and dash cameras around the scene of the incident. Now, we still don't see when Officer Brian Gillis was allegedly dragged by Scheffler in his PGA vehicle, but we see the immediate aftermath, including Scheffler's arrest and Detective Gillis explaining what happened. It's clear from the video that Gillis had no idea who he had arrested at the time. He simply says it was a player. Take a listen.
I'm trying to get to my tea time. Shaking. Guys, I'll keep my arms back there, I promise. Man, I'm about to get arrested. I'm trying to get to a tea time. He did tell me to stop, but as I went by him, he grabbed my arm and I was afraid. I couldn't tell he was a police officer. Okay. I'm sorry, man. Can you please help me?
Just keep going that way.
Johnny, get strapped. We already have cars lined up in this already. And he went around all of them. And he's like, "Get the name." I don't have his name yet. He's a player. I'll get his name. I ripped my pants. I'm sorry.
Included in this new evidence are also new photos of the now infamous pants that Detective Gillis was wearing at the time of the incident. You can see they were in fact ripped partially, and he also had a few scrapes to his arms and knees. A new historic marker is commemorating two events for LGBTQ rights in Louisville. It recognizes the founding of the Louisville Gay Liberation Front and the nation's first lesbian marriage trial. Mars Jones and Tracy Knight applied for a marriage license from the Jefferson County Clerk and were denied. The couple took the case to Kentucky's Court of Appeals. The Liberation Front was the first public LGBTQ advocacy organization in Kentucky. One of the early members of the group says she hopes the plaque continues to educate people.
I'm so delighted that other citizens of Kentucky can see this and can also be, especially people who come from out of state, who come to St. James for the art festival every year. They're going to see this and they're going to go, wow, Kentucky is really a lot more forward thinking than we imagined it to be.
This is Louisville's first LGBTQ historic marker. Kentuckians from across the state are taking part in the 400-mile sale that began Thursday morning. It's an annual event that spans Kentucky along Highway 68. Families and vendors alike are set up along the 400-mile stretch looking to make deals and sell their wares. One seller, Olivia Bunch, says her parents took part in the sale while she was growing up, and she's been doing it since she was 8 years old.
We packed a U-Haul to bring everything here. We live here. We've been doing this for about at least 20 years now. I've been doing it for a while. Yeah, we like to travel around every year to make it a little different with the scenes. I usually set up for the first 2 or 3 days, and then I'll go out and look, see what I can find.
The event is taking place now through Sunday, June 9th. More information can be found on the event website at 400mile.com. Coming up on First at 4, we're learning about new efforts to fight shoplifting in stores.